Now, if I tell you that the real difficulty in life is the ability to overcome how you think about yourself, you will agree, right? If we don't have the ability, we cannot grow nor learn. Good evening and welcome to the L.A.B.I show. My name is Labi Olayori, and it's so good to know that you're there. But many people can truly say life has been beautiful to them. How many people can say that? Those people are those that need someone to trust. Now, this is what I'll do. Before we kick off with the show, I know some people know the topic. I've been seeing tweets, but I'll have to go for this break and I'll be right back. Good evening. Yeah, sometimes you ask yourself, is it okay? Is it possible to walk away from your problems, from things you're going through? But it's still good to know that you're tuning to the L.A.B.I show. There is no agony like an untold story inside of you. If people can just speak out, the world will be a better place. I'm so certain about that. In the course of the week, if you watch the Thursday edition of the show, I got to worrisome mail that brought about tonight's topic. And it's not just about the two girls that sent me a mail back to back this week. It was also because it's something that we get to see almost every day right in your face. Now, the first girl who contracted the HIV she was raped, and she wants to live a normal life after. She wants to live a normal life. She said she wants to get married, have a family, but cannot because every guy she tells a story to, they get to walk away. And the other girl was raped by someone who actually confessed and said, you know what, I love you, you're my boo, you're my this and this. He raped her and he went ahead to dump her. And guess what? He got married earlier this year. Now, the question is that, what's life after being raped? She sees him on a regular basis. That's so annoying. And she can't tell her parents that she was raped. I know. Now, my guest tonight, she's a counselor. She's married with a beautiful girl, and I'm saying thank you that you can make it. She came pretty early. I'm telling you, it takes a lot when you have to leave Ikorodu down to Magodo. But I want to say thank you so much. I know this this is your second time on the show. The first time we couldn't go deep into the topic because it was on a Thursday afternoon, and we have to be careful about words and all that. Yeah. And I know when my producer called you, she told you we're going to be talking about life after being raped, because that's what a lot of girls are going through right now. Now, the first mail has to do with, okay, let me ask you this. What happens when a girl is raped? What goes through her mind when she's being raped?
I can't really tell you what goes through every person's mind when they are raped. Okay. Because contrary to what we think, I think a lot of guys will tell you they also experience something liking to rape. I would call it sexual assault, because if you say rape, a lot of them are like, guy being raped is not possible.
But they don't know that guys get raped too.
Yes, so let's use the term sexual assault.
For the guys.
Yes, because sexual assault is an involuntary sexual act where the person is coerced or forced into a sexual act without the person's consent.
Yes.
So what the person is going through is not, I can't really tell you what they are going through, but there are different ways people react. Some express themselves by crying, talking about it, but others just lock up, tend to shut down. And some other sets of people just believe it didn't happen. That wasn't me. Wow. Now, by reacting this way, there are natural ways to react, but it can only take you for so short a time. If you continue thinking that way, you have long-term issues. That's where people start having traumatic experiences of they can't get close to guys and things like that. So or the way you handle it goes a long way to help you live a normal life afterwards.
All right. Now, because to a layman, someone is watching and like, rape? Do people still get raped? Now, but I want to know is that, what is the curse of rape? What causes someone to go out of their way and say, you know what, I'm going to rape this person? What is the cause of being raped, or the cause of...
According to studies, most men tend to, it's their right. Like, a woman doesn't have a right to say no. In fact, when you say no, they tell you yes. You hear guys say that, when girl says no,
she means yes.
So in that act, it's a message passed across, consciously or unconsciously, and it's a back. So when the guy saying no, she will enjoy it at the end of it. Don't worry, you enjoy it. They tend to feel, they justify themselves. That's one set of people. Okay. Some tend to use it to empower themselves. Like, I'm a man, I'm able to subdue. Some guys rape because they cannot, that's a girl they can never reach normally. They know that this girl, I can never talk to her. I can never ask her out. So this is the only way I can get her.
So it's either the drug or the drag and the raper.
Yes, yes. Then another set of people, like, they tend to enjoy making people sadists. They tend to enjoy forcing. So the more the girl is shouting, they're enjoying it.
The more they get
so
sexually.
there are some people like that, sadists. They call them sadists.
Yes.
And contrary to what people think, rape it's not always it's not always done by strangers. Most people are actually raped by those people they know. That's why they can't say anything. It's easier to accuse someone you don't know. You understand? Like, maybe you were walking down the street going home from work and someone will say, this guy, you know the face and everything. But when it happens, maybe your boyfriend or your friend.
Or your uncle or your dad.
Or your neighbor. It's hard.
Wait. So, I'm so sorry. I think I'm not getting this. When I'm being... Please, God. When a woman is raped,
yes,
why can't she talk about it? Even though you were raped by your father or by your uncle or by your neighbor, why can't I go ahead and say, Mommy, I just got raped? Oh, or tell my best friend. Because the first mail I got, I think it was on Monday. Debbie, was it on Monday night? And the girl said, I was raped back to back and I couldn't tell my parents. What she did was that she just went to the hospital, did check up and found out that she had HIV. And years down the line now, nobody wants to date her. So why can't a woman stand up and say, this person raped me?
A lot of reasons. One of the reasons is the stigma. Now, people look at you, or let me not say people look at you because that would be being presumptuous. You feel people would think you are damaged goods, like this person is not normal, is not complete. You understand? You feel like, from personal experience, you feel like you're damaged, like you're useless, like you've been. So like crumbling a piece of paper, it can never be the same. You understand? So psychologically, the person feels useless. So how can I tell you? Because everybody wants to look good. Everybody wants to appear to be good, even when they're not. That's why we make up when we come out. We don't want people, you're so guy before you know. So everybody wants to show that everything is okay. So exposing that part of you makes you feel vulnerable.
Wow.
And opens you up to attack. Me coming out to say I was abused now. I know some people say, what was she thinking? What was she doing? Why did she fight? She's big now. At least she would have punched the guy or whatever.
Yes.
So things like that makes ladies that are raped scared to say anything because they will blame you. What were you wearing? Where were you there? Were you working at night? They start asking you questions that actually doesn't make sense because whether you walk around at night, whether you put on skimpy clothes, whether you put on makeup, whether you're beautiful or not, nobody wants to get raped. Nobody wants it. Some people say that because a girl wears revealing clothes, she invites rape. That's rubbish. I don't believe it's even normal for anybody to say that. So it's the way we feel people will talk or things that we feel people will say. That's why we decide not to say anything. You just say, okay, let me lock up and hope it will go away. And like the song said, I'm going to walk away. The problem is you can't walk away from your problems. Right. Take them with you.
All right, because now the two girls, it's one thing for you. It's just like when you're married. When you're married and a married woman is asking you, so how have you been doing with your marriage? You can be able to relate with them. But when you've never been raped and someone is telling you, I want to kill myself, there's no point living. What's the point after I've been raped back to back, I've been molested, I don't think any man will want me, blah, 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 blah. And I'm saying there's still life after being raped because, okay, you were raped. I can't imagine it, but I want to be in that shoe and say, okay, so how did it happen? What next? So the question is, now that these young girls have been raped, what's the next thing to do? How do you overcome this trauma?
Personally, even as a guidance, okay, I'll talk as a guidance counselor. I'll talk about my own personal experiences.
Yes.
What helped me to overcome it was I had to find someone.
Were you an adult or you were younger?
I was sexually abused or sexually assaulted when I was younger, growing up. And it happened like what she said, back to back.
Yes.
And then raped later on when I was older.
Did you talk about it? Did you tell somebody? Because the two girls are watching right now.
I tried to. I told my mom. I remember telling my mom. Sorry, mom. I remember telling my mom, and she didn't know how to handle it. She got angry. That's what people exhibit, anger. Immediately when they hear it. I don't blame them. It's normal. I think I've had issues like that, and you just get angry. But it's not fair getting angry at the victim or pouring out your frustration on the victim. come to think of it, I'm the victim here. Whether it was my fault, that's not for you to judge, because it happened to me. So I understand what I'm going through.
And you knew the person.
Okay, sexual assault, back to back, that happened when I was growing up was actually my lesson teacher and then my dad's employees and so on and so forth. It's funny, it became like a norm based on, okay, this is what's happening, there's nothing I can do about it, this is what most girls go through. I think I was in primary 3, I spoke to a friend of mine, I think I was in primary 3, and I told her, this is what I'm going through. As she was like, I still remember my friend's name, I can't say her name on air,
it's okay.
but she was like, I've never experienced that. I started crying, but I was like, I thought it was a normal thing for every girl to go through. Although I knew it was strange because you can't talk about it. Even as a child, you know that there's something wrong going on.
Yes.
But you can't talk about it. You don't know how your parents will react. So parents should help the kids by being able to be accessible to your children.
Okay, I think maybe my own background was totally crazy. I remember, I'm sure my younger sister is watching and she can remember, my dad used to have this crazy driver. We call him Sunday. I think that's why when I see some Sundays, I just, that's it. I'm sorry, but when you tell me your name is Sunday, I just remember the driver. And I remember that he dropped us at home after school, and it was like, okay, let's play a game. Maybe because we're very close to my mom. My mom is, I think I said it on the show some weeks back that my first kiss, I told her. She was like, so did you like the kiss? Well, blah, blah. You know, stuff like that. We call her by her first name too. And, gosh, why am I talking about this? What I needed to say, because parents need to be their kids' best friend. So the guy said, let's play a game. I have 2 younger sisters, and we're like triplets like that. You know how your parents just give birth to 3 girls back to back? And he said, let's play a game. Okay, whatever I take off, you take yours off. So he takes off his shirt. He said we should take off our gown, our uniform. So we took it out. We have a shimmy, and that's the singlet, and our panties with the socks and everything. He said, so if I take off my trouser, you take off your pants. Then we all looked to each other and like, nah, this is not making sense. I don't like this game. I'm talking about we're not, how do we okay? I think I was like 7, 8. And he said, he take off the shirt, we took off the uniform, like, okay, let's play the game. Then he said, okay, Uncle is going to take off the trouser too. Let me tell you, you have to take off your pants. Then we all looked at it, this is not a good game. No, we don't want. So when Mom came back, we just said, Mommy, we had a crazy game and we didn't finish it. She was like, what kind of game is that? And we thought, she was like, oh my goodness, blah, 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 blah. And that was it. For Sunday, it was locked up for some weeks, and my dad just said, you're done. You're done, don't come. You understand? So it's so bad that kids go through some stuff right now and they can't tell their parents.
Okay, let me tell you my own experience. I'm going to talk about back to back. My teacher would just take me up. And my elder brother, elder sister will be right there. They're right there.
Oh my goodness.
It's not like...
He was doing it in a corner.
That's why, funny, you see my daughter always putting on trousers. I'm sorry.
No wonder. Yeah. Yes, so I've met her daughter twice, and she's always on Shokoto.
He will place you on his lap. We're learning. He was supposed to be teaching us French. He would just be touching me. And as a child, you're like...
Yeah, you can pick it.
There's nothing... What can you say? How will you shout? This is your teacher. And it's actually wrong, because you see this person as a figure, as someone... in authority. So you are actually afraid of this person. You know, teachers are like our gods, not like now.
Even the kids right now, I think they're more scary about their teachers than their parents. Auntie said this. Yes,
it's an authority. So you're like, okay, it's painful though, but what do I do? So it wasn't like going to a locker room. So parents should be on guard. It's not just about, because sometimes you're like, no, don't carry my child out though. No, sometimes when they are with you, you have to watch them. Even the 3 minutes you might leave your child with someone,
a stranger,
walk up and come back.
Anything can happen.
Most times, rape doesn't happen with strangers. That's one thing that people shouldn't. Because if you say strangers, you hear stories of, because we are actually careful about strangers.
Yes.
We guard ourselves against strangers. Even when a young girl is going out and someone she doesn't know says, I want to pick you up, you're like, no. But when it's someone you know, you are a little bit off guard. You are not like protecting yourself. Another one that happened. Let me tell you about my dad's employee. He will play. We're working industry. We'll just sit, normal sit, and be touching. So
Are you kidding me?
I'm telling you this, and if one thing why I decided, one of the reasons after I was by the grace of God able to overcome I decided to talk about it is because I believe for it to happen to me, it happened to at least another person, and I just want to reach that one person. I just need to reach
One person.
because I knew what I went through. I felt useless. I remember I used to go to the bathroom and scrub and scrub and scrub. I never felt clean. I used to hate myself for being fair. I felt I was ugly because if I think the other way and say I'm beautiful, then it's my fault. So I was like, maybe it's because I'm ugly, that's why they're targeting me, or maybe it's my skin. There's something wrong with my skin. I used to pray, God. When I heard people want to get fair, I was like, what's there in being fair? I don't want to be fair. I would have preferred to be dark. Maybe this won't happen to me if I wasn't. But from what I've heard about people, it's really not about you. It's about what the sick person wants. What that person wants. It's not about you. So that's what I need everyone to know. It's not you. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
All right, because can I go for the break now, or should I continue? All right, we'll go for this break. There's still time. Yes, you could. I'm so sorry, I forgot. Yes, you could call on the show pretty soon and ask her the question. And if you know someone that has been raped and she has not talked about it, and you want counseling, I think there's one with the Lagos State. I'm going to get the address and the number. I can give it out. And if you want to speak with the Essence after the show, I'll give you a number, but you have to tweet at the official Labi or send me a mail to the L.A.B.I show at tvcontinental.tv. But before that, we'll go for this break, and I'm still here with her. Can I use the word them right now? Now, you're listening to her and you think she's just at the next door, right? All right, we want to talk about, we're talking tonight about recovering from rape trauma because men or women are going through that. From your own point, it's always the women. But men also do get raped. And the question is, what's life after that? How do you deal with it? Okay, you've been raped and you want a better life. You want to start afresh. You want to have a family and you just want a good life to yourself. The like Essence who was raped, but she's married now and she has a beautiful daughter. You need to see that girl. She likes, oh my God. Do you know she's really tall for her age?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. All right, now I was thinking I could ask, my producer just told me that we needed to talk about the legal part of it.
Yeah.
Like when somebody is raped and the rapist goes free, how do you deal with it? And that's why I have a lawyer online. Libras, is Libras still online?
Yes, I'm here.
Libras, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, I want to say thank you so much. And I guess you know what we're talking about tonight.
Yes, I do.
So if a woman is raped or a man is raped, how do I go about putting that person, the rapist, in prison, in jail for good? Because most of them walk out free and they have good jobs, they're married, they're doing well, and some of them are CEOs, some of them are bankers, some of them are politicians and all that. How do I put a popular person in jail who is a rapist?
First and foremost, we need to understand that rape, really as defined by our laws, the criminal code, is having carnal knowledge of a person without her consent. And then also the same criminal code defines carnal knowledge as the slightest penetration. And so you find out that there are two schools of thought on can a man rape a woman. Some people have believed that a man, can a woman rape a man? Some people have believed that a woman can rape a man, but the general opinion on our laws is that a woman cannot rape a man because rape as defined is penetration. The question will now be, can a woman penetrate a man? You understand? So that is, so it's still more of an academic exercise when you now say, as a woman, you say that a man, and you say you were raped by a woman in Nigeria. It's still very novel. But be that as it may, now coming to the issue of women that have been raped and traumatized by known names, how do you pursue a case against those names? Generally, rape in Nigeria is an offense.
Okay.
And but the ingredients for establishing, that a lady had been raped is another thing. In most cases, medical examination, the bruises on the walls of the hymen will show that penetration was forceful, or sometimes the redness of the walls of the hymen. And
Libras,
so we found out that
I just want to know, because of time, I just want to know, how do we go about the law when it comes to putting a rapist? Like if someone is being raped.
That's what I'm saying. It is not just a hard and fast rule. When you just say, I was raped, you can't just go to court and say, I was raped, and then the court will just believe you. Mind you, in some cases, this is an act that took place, and there are no witnesses.
Wow.
And so to establish the fact that, yes, you were actually raped, so you need, there are in most cases, medical reports. And so also in this part of the society, the trauma such people go through, everybody begins to look at them for that person that was raped. That's why you find that a lot of people don't come out to say they were. But in most cases, if cases that have been successfully followed, you can, no matter how big the name is, because it is actually a criminal offense prosecuted by the state. But what some people do, like some of the cases we have handled, is you get a counsel that will, in some cases, hold a watching brief for you to follow up on the prosecution to ensure that the victim, the suspect, goes to jail. And then sometimes, the trauma, the trauma people even go through when a CEO is accused of rape in Nigeria, it makes big news. So, but the problem is a lot of people would not want to come out to actually say they were raped. That is why you find them, they just, it's like they die in silence.
Yeah.
But if it happens, really, the first step to take is quickly you do a medical examination.
Libras, what you're saying is that when a woman is raped, immediately she shouldn't have a shower.
No, a medical examination.
It's not DNA.
Immediately it happens, you quickly, apart from reporting, you must ensure that you do a medical examination to establish that record should actually establish, definitely medical examination will establish the fact that there was forceful penetration. Once you have that established, you can now take the steps to reporting the matter to the security agencies and all of that, and get a lawyer that will be able to, follow up on. There are also a lot of NGOs in Nigeria also that are doing, following up on cases like this. It's no matter how big the name is. Once all of the ingredients are present, and majorly, largely, medical examination, and then you have the willpower, and then you have also a good counsel to follow up on the matter. There is there's no name too big to be prosecuted in Nigeria. It just takes the willpower and the right ingredients.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you so much. We've been speaking with Barrister Libras, and yes, if you also want to speak with him after the show, you could just send me a mail to the L.A.B.I show at tvcontinental.tv. Thank you so much. I would have asked him more questions, but I needed to talk to you. Now, how did you overcome what you went through? Because some girls are watching you right now like, okay, it's so easy for you to take because you're married. You know why? Before we spoke with Libra, someone sent me a mail and said the woman was raped. She told her husband, but she's not enjoying sex after being raped. So how would you say a woman, oh, okay, this is what we'll do. We'll go for this break, right? Is that a break? A break, we'll be right back. my God, someone said, Labi, no, you can't stop this show at 12. You need to drag it to 3 now. Could make sense. I know as much as we do, but we'll see what we can do once we get a sponsor. Now, I want Essence to define sexual assault and rape.
Okay, rape is sexual intercourse. It's defined as sexual intercourse, which is
when the
man
penis
and the penis
enters the vagina.
That is the definition. Sexual intercourse.
And the guy comes.
And that's when it's rape is when it's done forcefully.
Forcefully.
You understand?
Okay.
Then
with the condom and without the condom.
That doesn't matter. Rape is rape, whether you use condom or not. Right. It was something I wanted to ask the lawyer, because when he said
a man
has
cannot
tearing on the hymen and whatever.
Yes.
What if there's no tear?
Wow.
You know, because it's possible. Some ladies are big. Maybe they are not virgins. When he said tear on the hymen means the person is a virgin. That means in Nigeria, it's only recognized when the person is pure. Let me use that word.
Or maybe the woman just has sex with her husband and armed robbers walk into the house and they raped her.
And the place is still lubricated and there will be no tearing. So what would be so I think they should find a way to place in DNA tests or something, at least to help us out. Because how can you justify something may happen? You're now saying there's no tearing. What kind of law? I don't understand. I really don't understand Nigerian law. So I'm not a lawyer, but I don't understand. So
what you're saying is that even in the law, we don't have a law that says when a man is raped, he can take the woman to court. Because when I was growing up, I remember when a guy said he was raped by 5 girls. So in my mind, I'm like, I thought you were supposed to enjoy it because you came, you got hard, but I don't know, even when a woman is raped, you know she's raped because she's saying no, and she's being punched, she's being slapped, and the guy just goes in, blah, 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 and they leave her. I remember a movie I saw when I was really young. I spit on your grave or spat on your grave? And I said, I would never, you know when you just see a man like, oh my goodness, they are animals, and oh my God, they are beasts, and all that. But how did you overcome your own trauma?
I was opportune to meet someone that was like a counselor to me.
Okay.
And that's what I would advise any other person.
Okay.
Find someone you can talk to, like a counselor, your pastor, someone you trust.
If you can't talk to your parents.
If you can't talk to your parents. Most times, parents cannot handle it. That's the truth. This is their baby. I can't imagine, God forbid, I can't imagine my child telling me that I won't be able to handle it. You can't expect a parent, even if your parent is a pastor or a counselor, counseling others, will not be able to advise their child because they won't see it. It's just like a doctor most times cannot treat their relatives because they will be emotionally attached. So you find someone to talk to and you learn to forgive yourself. And it's not something that goes away at once. You have to talk about it. Now, counseling, it's always advisable that when you're doing counseling, it's always advisable you do it over a period of time before you stop. It's not like there's no one-way shop. There's no certain treatment. It's not like disease or sickness that you go for drugs. It takes time, and it depends on, different individuals have different time span of healing.
Some people can take them months, others can be years.
Now, my own definition of emotional hurt is, sometimes you have injuries that are healed, but when you touch that part of your body, it still hurts. That's how emotions are. Even if you can't see it, I put on clothes, there's still pain inside. And if you don't deal with it, it might lead to something else. Okay. Now, you talked about a woman that had...
Yes, the woman sent me a mail and said, okay, not the woman. I think a friend said she doesn't enjoy sex even though she's married, and she was raped before she got married. So every time the man wants to have sex with his wife, she just goes haywire.
My husband will understand. I used to exhibit that.
Oh, sorry. Hello, I didn't know. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
I'm all right. Am I on to Labi show?
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you. My name is Tony. I'm calling from L.A.B.I.
All right, go ahead, Tony.
I want to share one experience. It's a true life story. It's not a fiction.
All right.
It happens to somebody that I am very close with. That should be about 10 years ago. I have a friend that was married. I want to use the word was. Unfortunately, armed robbers came to the house. And it was about 2 years he got married, and they had only one kid then.
So when the armed robbers came, they robbed him of his belongings.
Thanks for
For
having
telling
me.
us that there's life after being raped. That's the
Yes,
most important
yes.
thing. I had a great time with you. The walls you build around yourself to block the sadness is also the same wall that block the joy. So don't be hard on yourself when things are not going on well. I love you, like I always say. Could possible to settle for less. I'll see you on Monday nights at 11 p.m. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
The virgin. And do you know most ladies don't even have hymen? He's a guy now, obviously, so.
And other things. So one of the armed robbers saw the wife, so attacked him. I don't mention them.
It's okay.
So you know how they do, and he just went down with the woman in front of, in the presence of the husband. So they lied the husband down, face down, in the same floor of the sitting room. So when the show, let me use that word, was going on, to the greatest surprise, the husband was a very close friend of mine. So the woman, his wife, was screaming the same way she used to scream when she's on with the husband.
Wow.
She was forced to it. I didn't say she welcomed that. She was forced. She didn't have option than agree, because they were on gunpoint. Understand? So along the line, when the armed robber was on her, according to my friend, I wasn't there, but he's a
Oh
very
my
close friend.
goodness.
So the wife was screaming.
In the sense that you're saying the wife enjoyed the sex when she was being raped.
Honestly, I will not judge her because she doesn't have any option. What got my friend annoyed? They are not married now. They are no more married. After that incident,
After the raped?
yes, I have to tell you why. So as the wife was screaming, shouting, the same thing she used to shout to the husband, saying all those things. You know what I'm talking about? So after the incident, the armed robbers went.
All right.
The husband has to call a meeting with the wife's parents and his. So he narrated what transpired. And he said at the end of his statement, he said that what surprised her the most, no matter how, I don't know how to put it. He said that the wife, the same thing the wife said when he is with her was the same thing he was saying to the armed robber. That means the wife, he didn't say enjoyed it. He said the wife was seeing other men before the armed robber.
All right.
Because in as much as she was forced, she shouldn't have
Screamed.
as if she was enjoying
All right, because of time,
So,
we got what you're saying, Mr. Tony. Thank you so much. I know a lot of people are trying to call in. That's another story for another. But
I would like to comment about what he said.
Yes.
It's possible that in order to handle what was happening,
yes,
she placed her husband's face.
why they were raping her?
It's possible because people deal with rape in different ways. And even from research, having orgasm during rape doesn't make it less of rape. We are physical, we are human. It's just like when you tickle someone, you laugh.
Yes.
Sex is still sex, but you were forced in the first place. But the husband's reaction is normal. I won't blame him. But let's not blame the wife altogether. We're not there. were not in her head. It's possible for, in order for her to deal with it, she just, okay, this is my husband, and was able to handle it. And that was what happened. But we're not there, so we don't really know what happened.
Before Tony called in, you wanted to tell us how your husband helped you. Because I'm trying to imagine you being raped when you were single, and you started dating a man who's young, tall, dark, fine, and is sexually active, and you're telling him that, no, we can kiss, but don't touch down there. How did you do it? How did you deal with it?
It wasn't like that, though. It was just that he had to take his time. He had to take his time. He was gentle. I explained to him that you can't rush. You can't rush me. And one of the things that helped me, I'm a vocal person. You know, most people want you to know what they want. You understand? And it's hard for a man to know what a woman wants. So you have to tell the person.
Okay, just hold on. There's another Tony calling from Mushudi. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, and how are you?
I'm cool, and you too?
I'm fine, thank you. Go ahead, please.
I'm interested in that case. What happened to me that my fiance was supposed to marry. She stayed with her.
She said what?
Uncle. She stayed with her uncle.
Yes.
And when she was tender age, the uncle that normally stay with have access to her. You know, so the uncle was using her more than 10 times, you know. So after a while, when I noticed it, that discouraged me from marrying her. Upon the love I have for her, is it painful? Is it paining me up to now? But because of what I had, I could not control the stuff. It's a terrible accident. If it's another person that maybe is class teacher or like friends, I won't have bother. But the painful aspect of it is somebody that your dad or your uncle or your brother. Those ones makes people to piss me off. But assuming is that the driver, like your own issue or madam issue, I won't have feel it. But being the uncle, father, brother, I can take that matter. That matter is beyond its level. There's no doubt. So please, I want the madam to react to that.
Okay. And hello, are you still there?
Yeah,
yes, and are you still with this girl now? Are you still dating your girlfriend?
Yeah, I am still. Yeah,
and she's still staying with the uncle?
Yeah, but no, I separated them into to that topic because when I came in, I had it from the neighbor, you know. So I tried to intrude and make sure that they are separated.
Where does she stay now? Where does she stay now?
She stays at Port.
No, she stays with her uncle, right?
Yeah, before.
Before. Where is she now? Where is she staying now?
Port Harcourt.
Okay, she has left.
Oh, she has left. She has left his.
Yeah.
All right. And you guys are still together?
Yeah, we do communicate, but you know the gap I've been there. I don't want to go further because of the trauma. The trauma was much on me for me to accept it.
Do you have something you want to ask? Because I'm thinking that apart from you knowing, is there other person in the family that she has told that my uncle has been raping me back to back?
No. What Madam has said, you know, she didn't tell any person. You know, she was afraid. She didn't know how to say the stuff. You know, she just been dying in silence.
Huh.
You know, she was crying. She told me every damn thing. She was crying, you know. But when I was asking her, she said, "Who told me?" I told her everything. If she doesn't know that people have known in the yard, but I to know the stuff before, you know. I open her eyes. She said, "What?" You know, but she just told me everything that happened.
Okay, Tony, you know what? Because of time, you're going to call me. If it's possible, you can call me back after the show from 12. I think I will go upstairs, speak calls from now to from 12 to 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. rather, or send me a mail to the L.A.B.I show. I would, if you don't mind, I would love to meet your girlfriend, get her a counselor, because she also needs to talk to a counselor. It's not something that, okay, she's not doing anything. She needs to get proper treatment. All right, if you can do that, that would be nice. All right, now, tell me, Davis, is it okay for me not to pick calls for the next 5 minutes? We need to, I want people to listen to what she did. Now, how did you go about when you met your husband?
Okay, like I said, I'm a vocal person.
Okay.
And for someone like me, it was easy for me to talk to him, explaining to him like what I went through.
How was his reaction at first?
That's one of the things I loved about him, because one thing I do, it was like my test. It was like my litmus test for any guy coming. This is what happened to me. If you're going, go now. So I never had a relationship longer than 6 months, or not even up to a year. 6 months, 3 months, 4 months. Yeah. So as soon as we're going, I'll just tell you, this is who I am. This is what happened to me, and can you handle it? So he was able to take it. He was like, that's your past. And it's a question I will ask any guy. Okay, what's different between a lady that was raped and a lady that had relations with other guys? Most guys prefer to go out with a girl that they know I slept around than a girl that was raped. Is it the girl's fault she was raped in the first place? Is the stigma on you or on her? It's a selfish reaction, I think, for anybody to feel because she was raped, I can't marry her because she was raped. If you really love that person, this is when you should go closer. What my husband did was, he was more understanding. So when it came to being intimate, sexually intimate, I was able to tell him, okay, no, you don't rush me. I'm not the kind of person you rush. Take your time. Be gentle. Because anytime you try to be forceful,
you remember that.
No. But it took me time. We've been married for 2 years now, this June. And still healing. There are still times I tell him, no. Don't do that. So I think any guy that has a lady that was raped and you love this person, you want to marry this person, and you want to spend the rest of your life with this person, you have to be gentle. You can't rush her. She will be emotional sometimes. She will have some funny reactions. You have to be understanding. I'm not saying ladies, because you had traumatic experiences, then you take advantage of it and you just get hysterical all the time. No. I'm just saying that the guy has to be more understanding of the lady.
The woman, how would the woman should be?
Okay, for a lady going
Do you think a woman that has been raped will enjoy sex when she gets married?
Yes, you can enjoy sex.
You can enjoy sex after being raped?
So much. You can. You have to. That's where the counseling comes in. You have to come to a stage of resolution. It happened. That's my past. It does not make me who I am today. Like I said, it has happened. Your experiences do not make you. They don't make you.
Yes, go ahead.
Experiences don't make you. The fact that you went through a bad experience doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't change who you are or who you want to be. So you have to deal with that. See, the truth is, I can't really tell you these are the steps you can take, and then after taking these steps, that's all. You have to talk to a counselor. But one thing I'll tell you that you can do, it's not your fault. You have to forgive yourself. Don't blame yourself. Don't take it that, okay, there was something I was supposed to do, or I did not do, or I should have done, I should have fought, I should have... Thinking things like that will not change the past. And then in counseling, you'll be told you can't... Holding grudges, like I would say, grudges are like luggages. Heavy luggages that don't have handle. How do you carry it? So you're going to be stuck in one point. And then if you hold a grudge on your rapist, my dear, you're allowing the person to rape you over and over again, only psychologically. Because every time you think about the experiences, you experience the same feelings. So you're being raped over and over again. So letting go of that experience and recovering from it is the best you can do. And telling yourself, you're bigger than this. You are bigger than this.
Okay, all right. So I'm thinking every woman out there who has been raped has a second chance in living a better life, having a better sex.
Yes.
They have chances to have a normal life.
Normal, very
normal.
They
don't need to say, I want to commit suicide.
I have tried killing myself personally. I will tell you, I think about it sometimes that I wouldn't have my beautiful daughter right now if I had succeeded in doing that. And one of the things that gives me joy, gives me more purpose, like, okay, let me help someone out. Killing yourself won't end it. It means he won. That's what it means. Killing yourself means that person won.
All right. Oh my goodness, people are tweeting, so a lot of people are asking questions. So what's your Twitter handle?
Ese Sings, ESSAYSINGS.
All right, so they're going to be tweeting at you after the show and ask you questions.
No problem.
And you don't mind if I give your number out? And
as long as you don't ask for money, because The last time I was on your show, someone was like, please help me. I don't have money.
Oh,
I'm still
welcome to the
working.
club. Somebody, they've been asking me, I have to pay school fees, house rent. I'm like, it's a relationship program.
Okay.
I wish I can do that, but I am broke too. Like, I am really broke. I need money right now too. But right now, it's just all about the emotions. I want us to define who you are as a person. But before we go, let me read some of the tweets coming in. I've been raping more than 2 times. I've been raped more than 2 times, and by the same man, and it becomes enjoyment. Is it possible that after being raped by the same man, you enjoy?
Yes.
Do people enjoy being raped?
It's psychological. Wow. That person needs help, serious help, because if it happens that she stops dating that person, she will always want to be raped because she now sees rape as something enjoyable.
Wow! Oh my God!
It's psychological.
Oh my goodness! I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness! I can't believe it's already 12. Okay, this is what we'll do. We'll continue this on Twitter. You can tweet at me at the official Labi and ask her the questions. I'll copy her so she answers you. Send me a mail to the L.A.B.I show, tvcontinental.tv. Let me know exactly what you want us to talk about every Friday at 11 p.m. Don't forget the show now runs 3 times a week. Monday at 11:30, Wednesday at 11:30, but Friday is just 1 hour. I had a great time with you. I said thank you.